Hey guys, how's it going? Um, one second here. Okay, I figured I'm going to go ahead and start posting these sort of slideshows once a week, I think they're helpful for you guys. Um, and it sort of allows me to say things that would be hard for me to say over Google Classroom when I'm just typing them out. This way you can actually hear me say it out loud. A few quick updates. I am back in California. I flew back from Virginia on Friday. So now I'm back here on the West Coast with you guys, which is exciting. But I do miss my family. I miss my dogs. I won't be able to post pictures of them anymore. I can probably get my little sister to send me some if you guys want. Actually, I might do that. So I can get her to send me some pictures. But it was awesome being with my family. But I'm glad to be back in California. Before I get started on this slideshow, make sure you guys do the writing exercise that was posted this morning. There were 3 different writing prompts for you to answer, or you choose one of them, and then I want you to write about it for about 5 sentences. You can write about something else if you would rather do that too. That's okay. And after I post this video, I'm going to be posting another assignment. It's going to be pretty easy, but be on the lookout for that too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. Analyzing conflicting information. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Analyzing conflicting information. And I know that phrase sounds really complicated and really hard, but I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you guys so we can understand what it means. Here's what I'm going to be talking about. A little bit of vocab review. These are all words that you've seen before, but I'm going to just review them so they're all fresh in our minds. I'm going to say what this actually means after we talk about the vocab. What does analyzing conflicting information actually mean? Because those are 3 big words. Examples. I can talk about a few examples. And then I'm going to give you directions for the work that's going to be due, which isn't much. Okay. So the first word I'm going to talk about is compare. And we did a lot with comparing and contrasting. Whenever we do the Venn diagram, where it's the 2 circles overlapping with the one in the middle, that's a Venn diagram. That is when you compare and contrast 2 different things, okay? So first we want to define the word compare. When you compare things, you are examining them side by side to figure out how they are similar. Okay, similar is the most important word here. Whenever you see compare, you want to think similar. Okay, so a common phrase is comparing apples to oranges, okay? How could we compare those apples to those oranges? I said they're both fruit, they're both round, and they both have seeds inside them, okay? I'm comparing those 2 because I'm figuring out how they are similar. Okay, moving on. Contrast, okay? Contrast is just as important as compare. The thing with contrasting is with compare, you're looking at how they're similar. With contrasting, you're looking at how they're different, okay? So, same thing, these apples and oranges. If I were to ask you guys to contrast them, what do you think you would say? I would say they're different colors, they come from different trees, and they definitely taste different. I'm more of an apple guy myself, but I understand if you're an orange guy. So that is how we would contrast apples and oranges. Okay. Conflicting information. So when 2 texts have conflicting information, they make statements that contradict each other. Okay, that means the perfect example of this is in the picture. Okay, one guy has a stop sign, the other guy has a go sign. Okay, those are opposites, so they're conflicting information. You don't know if you should stop or if you should go. They're in conflict with one another. If 2 facts conflict with one another, they cannot be correct at the same time. So the directions here are either to stop or they're to go. You can't do both of those at the same time. Okay, so that's what makes them conflicting information. The word interpretation, this is an important word, okay? An author's interpretation of facts is the way he or she understands them, okay? So if I'm writing something, I might understand it in a different way that, say, Mr. Anthony understands it, okay? And that's based off of me and my mindset, and sort of the way I think. Another way to think about interpretation is, say, maybe I'm having an IEP meeting with one of your parents, and your parents only speaks Spanish, right? If I'm saying something in English, I have to have Miss Gomez there to interpret it and then put it into Spanish. Sometimes ideas or certain words don't translate perfectly, so you kind of have to interpret the meaning of them. Miss Gomez has to interpret what I mean by what I'm saying and then transfer that into Spanish. That was kind of a confusing example. I'm sorry if that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I suggest if you are a bit confused with what interpretation means to look up some extra examples. Okay, so I know this is a big paragraph. Real quick though, analyzing conflicting information. Two texts on the same topic may present facts, but the information in the texts may differ because the authors interpret the facts differently. The authors may have different information about the facts themselves, or their backgrounds may influence their interpretations. The personal opinions of the authors sometimes show the greatest impact of all on how a text is interpreted. Okay, so that is analyzing conflicting information in a nutshell. Those are some vocab words to go with it, and this is what it actually means in a paragraph. In order for us to move forward with analyzing conflicting information, you guys need to understand the difference between a fact and an opinion, okay? A fact is something that is true, and that is something that is always true, okay? It is a fact that you go to school at Linwood Middle School, okay? That's about to change because you're going to high school, but right now it is a fact that you go to school at Linwood Middle School. It is an opinion if you don't like going to school, okay? Some people like going to school, some people don't like going to school. That is their opinion of school, okay? Big difference. So the work that you guys are going to have to do, other than the free write exercise that was posted this morning, I'm going to go ahead and post a worksheet that has a bunch of different examples, and you have to tell me if it is a fact or an opinion. As always, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me on email or Google Classroom. Talk to you all soon.